Hey everybody. Um, yeah, I want to share a few ideas with you. I'm not in the mood to write them down, but I want to do this video blog with you. And the idea that I want to share, first of all, is the idea that believing is seeing. It's not the other way around. I think there are two paradigms basically. The first paradigm is that you try to find evidence for something out there, external evidence for something to be true. Like, I mean, if we all want to be good people, so we could try to find evidence for why we're good people by, like, the cars we buy, clothes we wear, the money we have, how much people like us, how much sex we have, whatever. We could try to find external evidence to back that up. Or we could simply decide to believe that we're a good person. And by believing we're a good person, we will see that we are a good person, And that's really what it comes down to, is that your beliefs create a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe that there's a lot of crime, for example, in society, in this world, you will see a lot of crime. Like, not necessarily a lot of crime, but you will find evidence that there is crime. But if you believe that there is a lot of love in society, in the world, you will find evidence for that. That will be sort of a self-sustaining thing that will, like, back itself up. Um, and I want you to imagine that you're a projector, and the image that you project, that's your reality. And in order to change the reality, you shift the lens on the projector. You do not change the projector that you are. You merely shift the lens on the projector, and the image has to change with it automatically. This is straight from Bazaar. You can YouTube Bazaar if you like. Basharar. And he talks a lot about this, believing is seeing. And he gives the example that when you look yourself in the mirror, you see a reflection of yourself. And you do not look to the reflection. You understand, when we look in the mirror, we understand that if I move my head, the reflection has to change, has to move also. And that's the same thing with everything, that we understand, like, we have to change first, and then the image will change, the world we see will change. But we don't have to change, really, because we are the projector. It doesn't change. We merely change what we believe in, and thus change the lens, which then automatically changes the image, which is the reality we see. So, how does this apply? In what way is this tangible? You could say, for example, that you'd like to manifest, you want to experience, you want to have a fulfilling sex life. So, first of all, it comes down to believing that it is possible. Like, you have a vision, let's say, of what a fulfilling sex life is. First of all, believing that is possible, believing you're worthy of that. And that's simply, you don't have to back that up. Like, why are you worthy? You are worthy. Basically, you cannot not be worthy. So, by believing that you cannot not be worthy, you naturally eradicate all the negative, limiting beliefs that would say something else otherwise. And So you believe it's possible, you believe you're worthy, and then you focus on that. What you want is, instead of focusing on how can I succeed at that, how can I accomplish something in order to get or have a fulfilling sex life, you merely focus on how it would feel to already have a fulfilling sex life. So you can visualize that, you can talk about it with people, but I think the best way is to visualize it and really feel it. And the more you focus on it, the more you attract it. So, but if you're putting out a vibe, if you're putting out I want to have a fulfilling sex life, you're probably not gonna have a fulfilling sex life, because you're putting out into the universe that you want to have something. And A Course in Miracles says to have, give all to all. What they mean by give all to all, they don't mean give in the sense of giving somebody money or giving somebody a piece of paper. They mean merely give in the sense of allow, share, give. Like, it's impossible to, because a fulfilling sex life, and this is just an example, I mean it could be anything, financial abundance, anything you could think of. Like, in order to have that, you must give it. And it's not giving in the sense of giving away, it's allowing everybody to have that. The moment you want to have something merely for yourself is the moment you exclude yourself from having it. Because what you hide from others is what you hide from yourself. But the only way you can experience or like have, and they say this in A Course in Miracles also, that having is really being, being is having. So in order to have, you must give this and be it. So, and this goes hand in hand, that you don't need to need anything. You don't need something else to be complete, and you are already complete. And wanting to have a fulfilling sex life will actually sabotage you from having a fulfilling sex life. But I mean, let's say you still want to have a fulfilling sex life, so the knowledge of wanting that will sabotage it. It's not going to help you. What's going to help you is realizing that, okay, I want to have this, instead of wanting to have it for myself as something I'm going to get and then have, as if almost like I'm going to steal this from the universal will, I'm going to steal this from God, the creator. Or I use the word God, you could use the word source, divine, anything. You don't have to use any word, but the word God, everybody has a feeling of what the word God means, and that's really, to me, God is source, the same thing. And to me, it's like, when you say you want something, it's like trying to steal it from the universal will. And the universal will is that everybody has that. Naturally, abundance is your birthright, so you already have that. What you haven't yet manifested already exists. You just have to see it. And how do you see it? It comes back to believing is seeing. You believe it is there. You believe it is possible. You believe it is possible for you. And that will create a conviction that will eradicate the need to want to have it. Because when you believe it is already there for you, it's like you already have it. Like, I know that I can just walk into the kitchen and eat food. That's basic. But, I mean, having a fulfilling sex life, I also believe that is possible, of course. But what I'm saying is that's not as given as having food in the fridge. But to be able to, if you want to have if like a fulfilling sex life, for example, or financial abundance, if that's really attractive to you, and you want to have that as a given, in the same sense that food is a given, well, then you have to believe that it is given. It is not going to become given just when you have it. It is when you when there's a conviction that it's already there, it's already given to you, that you will see it, thus be able to attract it and manifest it. And then you can visualize, you can visualize your experiencing what you want to experience. And I talk about this in the article, The Illusion of Success, that instead of focusing on what you want to be successful at, focus on what you want to experience, and focus on it. How would it feel? How would it look like? Visualize it, just feel into it and really give yourself that, right? Give yourself that instead of wanting it from somebody else, or wanting it from society, or wanting it from the world or the universe, or men or women, etc. Give yourself that in your own imagination, because this is really also good to know, because imagination is really a tool that can help you a lot, really, because Bassar talks about this. Your imagination is your quickest, easiest way to get in touch with your higher mind, and I'm really starting to understand that, because when you visualize something, let's say you're terrified of public speaking. I was terrified of public speaking in junior high. Let's say you're terrified of that, and you visualize doing public speaking, and you visualize people applauding, and you're just really up there offering something, really talking about what you love, and you're loving it, people are loving it, they're giving you feedback and just smiling, and everybody's happy, etc., etc. When you visualize that, that's sort of, think of it like creating an avenue, creating a place within your psyche which makes it possible for you to experience that. It's the same thing as I used to play floorball and soccer, and I would imagine like, running on the soccer field, scoring goals, people sharing, or just, doing great passes, whatever, assists. I would imagine that, and then when I went out in the field, that actually helped me to do that, because that opened up that possibility, that opportunity. And it's the same thing with sex life or financial abundance. If you imagine that you receive $10,000, if you really imagine, what would that feel like? That's going to create the opportunity for that to come to you. But if it's not already there, it's the law of attraction. Like attracts like. The more in scarcity you are, the more scarcity you attract. The more in abundance you are, the more abundance you attract. And it's the same as sex life, basically. It works the same way. So if you really feel into how that would feel, and you cultivate that feeling within you, it eventually becomes second nature, and without even realizing it, you're having a fulfilling sex life, because it's a given. It's already, I already have this in my mind. I already have this, and it's not like a fake dream fantasy fixation. It's not like that. It's merely, it's merely a happy dream, as they say in A Course in Miracles. It's a happy dream. Happy dreams become true merely because they're happy. Because what you give off when you have a happy dream is, and a happy dream, could be a fulfilling sex life, financial abundance, anything really, and when you give off that, when you experience that, when you visualize that, you're telling. Well, telling is not the right word, but you're putting off that this is the way I want it to be. You're not putting off, I want it otherwise. This is straight from A Course in Miracles. You're putting off, I want it this way, instead of questioning, complaining, arguing, victimizing. playing small, etc., etc., giving your power away in some way or another. Instead of that, you're putting out, this is the way I want it to be, and it will naturally become that way. And as you believe it is possible, as you believe you're worthy, you will see the manifestation in front of your own eyes. You will see the fulfilling sex life. You will see the financial abundance, and it's the self-fulfilling prophecy. Excuse me. But if you have a belief that it's not possible, how could you possibly experience it? How could you possibly manifest it? It's impossible. But if you believe it is possible, you are worthy, this is for you, this is for everybody, then you will see the evidence that it could be a reality for you. And that's really a simple process. I mean, I remember when in high school, I used to be, I was pretty depressed, had a lot of anxiety, and then I started doing some things, and I started like changing some habits, and then working out, exercising, stuff like that, and I started visualizing, this is the life I want to live, this is what I deserve, this is who I am, this is, really, I was really happy at that time, and I'm still happy. But that's when I really started visualizing what I wanted to experience. Just when I took a shower, or before I go to bed, when I wake up, I just spend 5, 10, 20 minutes visualizing, wow, this is the life I want to live. I'd create a document on my computer and just download pictures from Google with the beautiful girls, or like friends hugging each other, or it wasn't really money at that time, but sort of togetherness, unity, and intimacy. That was basically the things, and I wanted, and I created that space for myself to manifest that, and then eventually it just became my reality. It just became my reality naturally. It just sort of like, I went from this being depressed, quite lonely, introvert, excuse me, isolated, to have an abundant sex life, a really, really fulfilling social life, and I started writing my website. I started having a lot of fun, like immense amounts of fun, like all the time. And all this came from the simple belief that this could be possible. This is who I am. This is what I'm worthy of. Why not? Why settle for less? Why settle for doing things half-heartedly? My English sometimes, but you see what I'm saying? Why settle for less than what you deep down in your heart desire? Why try to fix things? Why try to solve problems? Why give up, or why pretend to be less powerful than you could be, when you could be powerful, when you could, fulfill your dream, when you could just, like, this I don't remember this quote that says something like, success only opens new avenues to brilliant possibilities, or something like that. Like, life never ends. It's an expansion of glory, I'd say. And you can just tap into that vision you have. Everybody has a vision. Everybody has a dream. That dream will come true when you believe it will come true. I promise you that. But you gotta believe that it's possible, and then you will see the evidence of how possible it is. And that can come in opportunities, that can come in synchronicities, ways that things show up. Like, you read something in a newspaper and, wow, that reminds me of this I thought of when I did my visualizing thing. I thought of swimming with dolphins. Here's, like, and you find opportunities and people, and you sort of become a magnet. You sort of attract things into your life that you want. You don't have to go after it anymore, because that's coming from the other paradigm of the success paradigm, which is sort of success, failure, good, bad, right, wrong, which is going after, succeeding, winning, that stuff. I mean, that's fun, I guess, but that's not the game you have to play. You can just focus merely on, this is what I want to experience, and take for granted that you can experience that. And when you do that, it's no longer coming up, you're no longer putting out that wanting energy, you're putting out the giving energy. You're offering this vision, this life, your dream to the world, to the universe, to everybody to share, and for everybody to join in. I mean, everybody, the people you choose, of course, but you're giving it as a gift. You're offering it to everybody, and it's not only, this is what I want, and when I have this, I'll be happy. Because then you will never get it, because you will, if you believe you don't have what you want, you will question, and that will just, that will just, I don't even want to talk about that stuff. That's not what you want to do. You want to take for granted that what you want is already yours. Merely visualize and put out that energy that will attract more and more of that to you. This is really simple. You can make it difficult if you like. You can pretend that it's not working. You can believe that it's may work for him, for these people, but not for me, because I have these problems, or I have these situations, these circumstances. Circumstances don't matter. State of being matters, as Bazaar says. Circumstances comes from your state of being. Your state of being, the vibe you're putting out, dictates your circumstances in one way, and that leads to the situations you find yourself in, etc. So yeah, really take a moment, contemplate, what do I deep down want? And like, am I living that? And no problem if you're not. I mean, God knows I didn't, and did, and then didn't, etc. But it's, it's really possible. It's really, when you're doing it, when you're in it, when you're really, wow, this is happening, this is for real. And that's really, I remember one time in my mother's apartment, I washed my hands or something in the bathroom, and I looked myself in the mirror, and I really thought, like, the journey is now, or like, I didn't think that maybe, but I thought that my journey is for real. That's what I thought. Then later I came up with the Journeys Now as a name, but the journey is for real. The life I've imagined myself living is not a pipe dream. It's not something out in the mist. It's right here. It's right now, and it's my choice whether or not I want to live that dream. Nobody can take your destiny away from you. Nobody can. You don't have to protect your dream. Nobody's gonna come and steal your dream. Nobody can give you any meaning to your life but yourself. There is no objective meaning. We give things meaning. So when you live your dream, when you call it anything, pursue your passion, whatever, follow your highest excitement, as you're doing that, you will, and take responsibility for living the life you want to live, you will naturally give the meaning to things that helps you to live that life. And it's a beautiful thing, because it's really just like the universe is such a beautiful playground for exploring, doing, giving, being, whatever you want to do, give, be, It's really up to you. The playground is here. I mean, everybody is under the same sort of conditions is not the right words, but everybody was born equal, and just imagine and live it. And I mean, you like, it's what comes to mind is like, oh, obstacles and challenges and this. Of course, I mean, obstacles and challenges, yes, but it's no longer obstacles and it's no longer obstacles, but merely challenges when you're following your highest excitement. I remember I had a lot of challenges. They're fun. The challenges are fun when you're riding that wave of expansion and following your highest excitement and all of that, putting out that vibe that you want to get back, and seeing the law of attraction in work. That challenges become fun. They're really fun, and it's when you're not following your highest excitement that the challenges are becoming obstacles. You see what I'm saying? So the moment you shift, and like, and it's sort of, if you feel burdened right now, if you feel really burdened by life, I have all these problems here and there, I don't have any time to do anything, or whatever it is, like obstacles. Of course, this idea of following your highest excitement is sort of far out there somewhere in the distance, because you have to do this and this and this and this and all the responsibility, blah blah blah. But the moment you shift and go, you walk the path, you start, all those obstacles transforms into challenges that are fun. And if you, I mean, money is not gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem if you believe it's a problem, but why believe it's a problem? You know, see what I'm saying? Making money doing what you love is a birthright. Everybody has that opportunity to make money from doing what they love. It's only when you believe something otherwise that it's not gonna, you're not gonna see that possibility. So that's what I want to share with you today. This became a really long video. I sort of look like Einstein dude or something. Well, thanks for checking out this video, and I hope you are doing fucking awesome. Talk to you later.